Our group is working to find the solution to urbanization and how we can reduce its effects on the environment. Urbanization is when the population of an area shifts from rural to urban settings. When more and more people move into a certain area, such as an urban setting, they deplete the resources around them and pollute the environment around them. One of the main concerns with urbanization is the creation of heat islands. Heat islands are created when a multitude of people move into an area and then use up all the resources around them. In a typical habitat, the water that has transpired from plants absorbs the heat. However, since the people in the area have depleted all of the resources, there's nothing to soak up the heat, since no plants are giving off any water because there are no plants. So the area becomes much hotter and more heat is produced from the use of vehicles and such. This creates a hostile environment for other organisms and harms the way the ecosystem works. Go.
Another effect of urbanization is eutrophication in bodies of water. This is when the rain filters out all of the CO2 and other harmful pollutants from the air and then brings it back to other bodies of water, harming those ecosystems as well.
Our solution to the problem of urbanization is to plant plants and trees as such wherever possible and on the roofs of buildings. These plants will filter out the CO2 and other greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. This will take away from the eutrophication of bodies of water surrounding these cities. Plus, these plants will also transpire into the air, and this evaporation of water will absorb the sun's rays, which will take away from the problem of heat islands forming.
One trade-off that goes along with this solution is that the space on rooftops is not going to be able to be utilized for other things such as entertainment or solar power. So that is something that the people of the city are going to have to give up. Some constraints of our solution include the area of the rooftops, because there's only so much space to fit the trees, and the time and cost it will take to install all the trees. Part of the cost constraint is that the city must be able to afford to maintain the trees.
Alright, so here is our model of our solution. So we have trees and plants and such, right? And then this is the city in the beginning stages. It has 435 parts per million of greenhouse gases, and it has no humidity, so this causes the water levels to be more eutrophic, and because there's more parts per million, and the no humidity creates heat zones. However, if we plant trees and such on the rooftops and anywhere we can, it will transform into a city where it will have average pollution, which the average amount of pollution is 380 parts per million. So this will cut down on the eutrophic, the water levels, right? And it will cause less harm to the bodies of water and the organisms that live inside these bodies of water and use it as a habitat around the city. However, it still has no humidity. And again, this problem will be solved when the plants and stuff are planted, and they will transpire, because that's what plants do. And this water will be evaporated into the air, and then when the sun shines down onto the city, the energy will be absorbed into the water, and that will take away from the heat zones. So now we have a happy city over here. All right, it's a city that is at the average level of pollution, so it is taken away from the eutrophic water levels, and it is a city that is not a heat zone, so organisms and such can live in this habitat. So that's great.